Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, a Japanese campaign, where I am talking to you from post-production here as we look at Shinao, and we are quickly forming up the fleet. So, why am I talking to you from post-production? Well, this video was already out, and I was happy with it. Somehow, and I'm not quite sure what happened exactly, but my voice is gone. They stole it, I tell you. So, luckily, a kind viewer told me about it, and I was like, oh crap, I'm at work, I can't do anything about it. So, rushed home after work, and here we are. Re-recording the voices. I'm so annoyed. It happens a lot to me. I don't know. My OBS and my microphone, they have a love-hate relationship, I suppose. So, now we are beating up a battle cruiser with me talking from post-production as Shinao is turning to starboard to get a full broadside out. Now, that is a big broadside on that ship. Let's be honest about that. The escort group, yeah, okay. Hiding our heavy ships, but also making sure I can't see the target anymore. Way to go. Oh, luckily we still have some auto firing going on, but... They hit the aft belt, yeah. It's one of those things another viewer told me about. The AOI just got hit and is forced to retreat now, but it's a belt penetration. At this range, it should have been aft deck penetration. Apparently, in the 1.7 version of this game, they fucked that up. I had no idea. I do know that I'm too scared to send in my light ships now. Yeah. My heavy ships, on the other hand, are doing some lovely work. Look at that. Every salvo we get some very nice numbers. Of course, Shinao here has a lot of guns. I mean, 6 turrets is nothing to scoff at. And that's one of the things why I like that hull so much. The American battlecruiser is a simpler design. Her aft tower just has a hole in it. That looks very well done. I mean, I know it's just a skin, but yeah, it looks very nice. It looks very nice. This battlecruiser is done for. She's okay. It's not a bad battlecruiser, honestly. I don't like the positioning of the superstructure compared to the funnel, but it's not bad. It's not good enough, though. Fiji here, also a very powerful battleship. Again, many turrets, the triple ones, 14 inches. Now are doing more work, though, I think. Closing in. And, yeah, 4% floatability. 3, 2... Can we get 2? Come on. Yeah, there we go. 2%. One. 0.4, 0.2, and there we go. Enemy battle cruiser scrapped, ladies and gentlemen. An easy victory. There was nothing wrong with my ships today, that is for sure. Now let's see, we have a naval invasion in Mexico. Okay. Honestly, I had forgotten. Oh yes, I remember. That is looking good. That is looking good. And we have a naval invasion down in the south, in Chile. One of the fleets not quite in position there. Miscalculated, misgambled the distance. Italy still fighting for its life. Overrun by the Russians. I mean, terrifying prospects, really. my ships are slowly returning home here. Alright, that is good. That is good. USA, of course, have Denmark as an ally. Gotta keep that in mind. Ah, my 4 battle cruisers. Oh, how I miss you. Yeah. This is like episode 35, right? Yeah. Yeah, it is. And by now, in terms of recording, this campaign is already up to episode 50. Yeah. I'm a bit ahead in the recording times. For those of you that do not know, that is mostly because I have weeks where I can't record anything. Real life job, you know, real life, lovely graphics, shitty gameplay. You don't always have the time. So I record in advance. That has some advantages for me. That I always, even when I'm ill, even when I don't have time for weeks at a time sometimes to record, then I can still put out content. And I really, well, I do feel, part of me feels like I owe it to you guys. I don't want to leave you starving, come on. Then you have to go to some other YouTubers. I can't, no. That's just not done. So yeah, it also has some disadvantages, of course. For people, like a couple of episodes back, someone told me, like, you know, the thing about the armor penetration, that the shells focus on belt penetration rather than deck penetration. But yeah, usually I by the time I can actually respond to those things in campaign, oh dear, yeah, that's like 20 episodes later. So bear with me in that regard. That's not always the case. Like my German campaign, when an episode releases currently, I'm only like 5 or 10 episodes ahead. And in some stuff, not ahead at all. But yeah, it is what it is, I suppose. It's how I prefer to work. As we upgrade one of our destroyers in the meanwhile, I do like these destroyers. Yeah, Hatsukuras, that's what they are. Yeah, I remember. What I don't like is the 4 weight offset they have. And they are so annoying to balance out. I mean, a battleship is easier to balance out than a destroyer, I feel. But, oh well. Let's get it upgraded. Super heavy shells? Am I sure I want to do that? Well, it has some advantages, I suppose. And of course, me talking from post-production has some advantages as well. I can actually look at what I'm doing, and, you know, you're not tunnel visioning now. You have a better overview this way, and it makes you wonder every now and then, like, what was I thinking? Oh well. Right now what I'm thinking is my ships need to be upgraded. Quickly. Yes. Doable. Also, we have a lot of destroyers here, mothballed. Still, I do wonder about that. Alright, let's delete that destroyer design. I have one battleship of the Shinao class. It's tempting to build more. It really is. But I don't know. Yeah, we are checking the battleship designs. Ah, the Zuios. Should scrap them, really. Same with the Fuji design here. Like, okay, we have none of them. Well, apparently they are still at sea, though, from the looks of it. But I do like it. Is it one of my flaws? I do not know, but I like to keep my old designs around, especially on the battleships. I think that a lot of battleships, yeah, checking supply capacity. Yeah, there comes another Shinao, 2 even. I do like to keep my old battleships around. I think it's fun. But it's not always an advantage, really, to upgrade the old ships. Sometimes I think I should get rid of the old designs faster. But yeah. Also, for those of you that are gonna scream at me, yes, I know my Yamato is not historical. It will be historical at some point. I can tell you that at some point I will actually start paying a bit more attention, and then I'm like, okay, let's focus a bit more on getting it a bit more historical. I don't do entire historical ships, of course. I don't like it. They've already been done. And that's just not my thing. Okay, we're ending the turn here. So, let's skip ahead a bit. Okay. A port strike. Poor Americans. A meeting. Very poor Americans. And Western Sweden of the United States have been taken over by Sweden. Okay. Nice to know, as Chile becomes mine. Mine. However, we also have some work to do. 1 battleship versus 2, heavy cruiser versus 2, 5 lights versus 1. Enemy has 17 destroyers, though. I only have 3. Oof. Alright, what do I have? I have Fiji and Shinao with me. A couple of damaged cruisers. Destroyers seem intact. Okay. This is not the greatest fighting force, really. It should be doable, though. As long as you can keep the destroyers away. As long as you can keep them at a distance. Use your screening ships properly to defend your battleships and focus fire if you need. Then I think we should be able to get some shit done. Oh yes. 14-incher, triple guns. And a lot of them. Ah. Such a great hull. 22 knots, let's go. No. Back to 19? Are you sure about that? Yeah, okay. The entire fleet is going to go down to combat speeds rather than full speed ahead. Of course, this gives me better accuracy on my guns. Except my destroyers, they are allowed to continue ahead. Open up the distance between the cruisers and the battle. Good, 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 good. Now it's just, a waiting game until we make contact. Until we make contact with the enemy. Contact established. Enemy battleship. My destroyers are actually pretty close. Tighten up formation. Okay, I'm preparing for a torpedo attack. Obviously. The tightening up of formation is a classical move of mine to prepare for a torpedo launch. I prefer launching my torpedoes a bit closer together rather than the open formation that I went in with. An open formation is great if you don't want your ships to get hit. Torpedoes, come on, do it. Torpedoes away. Shimikaze, yeah. Yeah, all 3 ships launched. Good, 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 good. Ooh, yeah, this is always a terrifying bit of a retreat with the destroyers, but let's take a look. The torpedo. Torpedo hits. 2 torpedo hits. Flash fire. Second flash fire. More torpedo. Oh. This was an awesome torpedo attack, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. 8 torpedo hits. 42k damage done. That is almost a picture-perfect torpedo attack there. We got in, we hit hard, and we managed to get all the destroyers out, even though one of them is damaged. No enemy ships have been sunk, but we do know one ship I believe it was a battleship, had a flash fire. So one of those ships is essentially out. And just waiting here now is to get the enemy smoke screens to dissipate. Then we can see, yeah, look at that. All 15-inch guns are gone on that ship. Just imagine if the developer for this game had like a few $1,000,000 extra. I would so love to see, you know, ships half get blown out of the water. I mean, the aft section of that ship should be gone. That should be a floating wreckage, barely afloat due to the watertight bulkheads, but essentially that is just, it should be a wreck, rather than a still moving vessel after that. Now, of course, it's time for the enemy counterattack. Here come the enemy destroyers. And remember, they had a lot of them. I'm covering currently with my light cruisers. Freeze game, okay. Going to lock targets for my torpedoes. There we go. Torpedoes away, and a fog is rolling in. Now, I am at a serious disadvantage now. We are in torpedo range with some of the ships, and there is a fog. And I generally do not perform well during a fog. I know this. It's, you know, one of my serious weaknesses as one of my battleships gets hit. Another battleship gets hit. And again, I did not flash fire. One of my turrets just flew off. We still have ammo, luckily, but oof. I thought they were only firing at the light cruisers. This is... oh dear, this is very bad indeed. Shinano is in serious trouble now. Fiji is in trouble as well, yeah. The one thing that should not happen, did happen. The enemy destroyers got in torpedo range without me realizing it. Oof. No. Stop hitting my battleship! She's running already. She's no longer a threat. Shout at the destroyers. Don't get hit. My light and heavy cruisers. Come on, turn the light cruisers. We gotta save those battleships. Come on. There we go. I was desperately trying to turn. She took another torpedo hit, I believe. Yeah. From the side now. Oh, this is... I'm gonna lose a battleship here. No. Go away. Checking. No more torpedoes. No more torpedoes. Cruisers, turn in more. I really should have covered this battleship better, I think. I think if my light cruisers were more aggressively, I could have had a better chance of protecting this torpedo. Ah, missed. I'm invincible. Or I'm a loony. Torpedo attack. Oh, there's no way to dodge that. 4 torpedo hits. She now is dead, ladies and gentlemen. She's gone. She is gone. 1,370 crew members. My God, this is a terrible defeat. At least, yeah, currently I think it would be a defeat, right, if I end the game now. In terms of damage done, yeah, we're looking good. But, yeah, this is more than just doing damage. We just lost our capital ship. A big one, even. Not a small one, no. Not an outdated one, but a proper one. So why did I lose her? The enemy destroyer showed up at short range. I did not spot them in time. The fog bank did not help either. It makes it harder for me to guess the distance where the ships are at currently. So yes, all in all, shitty performance here. Then again, part of me is happy that I lose a battleship. You have people on YouTube that, you know, everything goes perfectly. And impressive, yes. How many times do you think they have to re-record things until they get things perfectly? A lot. Some of them, anyway. I'm not a perfect player. Hell no. Not at all. I'm a dumbass that just decided one day to not just play the game, but hit the record button and see what happens. In essence. So yes, I don't claim to be an expert, especially not these days. Back before the 1.7 version, I used to play this game far more. Lately, it has dropped off. It has dropped off a lot. I still enjoy it. Don't get me wrong, I still enjoy the game. But, yeah. Since the game is no longer in active development, you've seen slowly, all the viewers are going down. Some of the biggest names that were recording this game have stopped recording altogether for Dreadnoughts. They moved on to different games. I'm not ready to move on to different games. Let's get that out of the way first. I enjoy the game and I will continue to enjoy it. But, as you have seen, I am spreading out my wings a bit. Just to see what sticks, to see what I enjoy, to see what can be. I did a nasty hit on that enemy cruiser. And there comes another one or two. Yep. Poor unfortunate soul. Fuji is eager for some revenge. And of course I need revenge in this game. I need to find those battleships and kill them. Otherwise this will be a loss. Okay, I think that cruiser is done for, right? Yeah. My entire fleet is in a long battle line now. Of course, that is a tactic that I somewhat started to develop for myself during an older Chinese campaign, I believe. Maneuvering of different divisions and maneuver them into a battle line and then set them to follow. And of course, the capital ship Fiji leading the charge here. Although, most enemy ships kind of remain out of sight, I reckon. Of course, when you get in sight, yeah, then you're in trouble. There's a good enough angle, as you can see, most of the enemy shells ricochet off. There we go. Good hit. Closing in to torpedo range. Keep that in mind. Alright, enemy ship down before ship fire. This one has no torpedoes. Excellent. We can't go to 10 times speed, meaning there must be something close still. Probably another destroyer. Yeah, breaking off of my own destroyers now. To start covering the flank a bit better. Contact. I don't know where. I haven't noticed it myself. But we can see it on the top of the screen that a destroyer was spotted for a second. Well, fairly long seconds actually. Another badly damaged destroyer, of course. She has a division mate with her, I believe. Yep. Who also is about to die. And they go down together, and there comes number 3. Number 3 is still relatively intact. No torpedoes, though. Which is good. Contact established on the torpedo attack. Torpedo attack on my battleship. Ooh-wee. And another attack. Barely missing the battleship. I mean, like, you could have turned that ship, mate, after that first attack. I'm overconfident in this episode, really. Yeah, it's sad. I am murdering these destroyers now, but please go after the battleship. Don't let it escape. Nasty hit on my destroyer, but that's okay. Focusing gunfire on this closest one. Excellent. Battleship's turning towards the enemy battleship. So, while we watch the end of this fight, the weather is clearing up, fortunately. It means I feel a bit more confident in my maneuvering again. Yeah, that's it, good. There's a smoke screen in the distance as the Utah sinks. Okay, at least it's a draw now. Will it be better than a draw? I think it will be a victory. Most of the enemy destroyers, after all, are killed. And the battleship, yeah. And there we have another destroyer. Badly mauled, no more engines. Excellent. It's a victory, but a costly one. It's a victory. I would love to replay this one, because I know I can win this without losing my battleship. It is a shame. But let not dwell on the past. 21 enemy ships gone. Still, the enemy got 8,000 victory points. I lost 1,500 lives. Yeah. An Admiral would get sacked here. That is for sure. My beautiful battleship. But hey, like I said, sometimes it is good to lose your ships. It allows you to build new ones. And, not to mention, it makes a campaign a bit harder. Every time you lose a ship, it gets harder. And this is... Is it a hard campaign so far? I would say average. Not necessarily hard, not necessarily easy. It's a bit in between, I suppose. And, of course, we already have a new battleship under construction, so... Yeah, it'll take some time. Like, a lot of time. Well, not even. Only 6 months. Then we have our replacement. So, hey, it's almost like I planned it. And, of course, that's also part of the game, isn't it? Planning ahead for future losses. You know you will lose ships now and then. Be prepared for it. Be prepared for it, folks. Now, checking my cruisers. My light cruisers are... Yeah, I think I can do with a few more, really. Up to 50, 60 light cruisers would be kind of nice. But I think I'll do that next episode. I'll start planning ahead a bit more. For now, after all, we're still building 12 light cruisers, of course. We could do with a couple more, I think. Yeah. In terms of fleet balance, I'd say... Yeah, the light cruiser number is too small. The rest looks okay. US fleet, 28 ships. Yeah. US fleet's gone, ladies and gentlemen. They can't stop me. I got 219 ships. It is a victory. Today's episode is a victory. Today's episode is also, well, a giant defeat. We lost something we were not supposed to lose. Still, this did clear the way for attempting invasions of America itself, right? Oh yes. Give it time. But I think we should be able to take the US of A. But that will have to wait, ladies and gentlemen. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. And with that, I think I'm gonna cut the recording here. Yeah. I've said everything I need to say. Once again, I do hope you all have a fantastic life. I hope you're having a wonderful time. And I will see you next time, hopefully, in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all a very fond farewell.